Hello, hello. Hey, guys. Welcome back. All right. So this is going to be a love tarot story. We shall see. But I do want to really ask what's the universe's weigh in on the topic of love? What does the universe want characters to know about love right now? Okay. Queen of Pentacles says, um, it's a good thing to keep working on. Hey, AC. It's a good thing to keep working on developing oneself, one's own life, one's own attributes. It's not okay to love anything in life means we should also love ourselves. We should love our life. We should love what we do, be generous, but also be generous with ourselves. So it's like in the realm of love, I also feel like someone who's been very industrious, very hardworking is going to be the recipient of love. So she doesn't have to be a Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus, but certainly could be. But it's somebody who's been a giver is going to be our focal point. And I think if the universe is saying, remember, love is generous, but also know how to receive love in return is going to be the important thing. Hi, Denisa, Small TV, Carrie Days, Monkey Experiment, Red, Stevette Gibson. Thank you guys. Jeannie Vale, April Fresh, and Lulu. So good to see you all. We got the Ace of Swords. Okay, the universe is saying, look, Queen of Pentacles, you're going to get some truth here. You're going to get some like reaction. You're going to see that the efforts you have put out have absolutely yielded something. You're going to recognize it pretty soon. I don't know exactly what is. We have a rider. We have somebody coming in on a horse. I love this card so much. It's very Native American, Southwestern, which is just an area of the United States I tend to really love, and a whole, decor that I really love. I love, just kind of that whole West. Well, I'm from the West, so that's what I know is the West. And it is very appealing to me. But I just feel like that's perhaps because, okay, so now I'm hearing, what is it? California lovin'. Welcome everybody to the Wild Wild West. It definitely comes across like we got to talk about that a little bit, like the Wild West, the energy of like unbridled freedom and passion. Perhaps we may have a character coming in. There could be some cowboy or Native American influence or some kind of like cultural reference in this. But there's also this energy of a sense of freedom. Wow, we have Three of Swords. We have freedom from heartbreak. This Queen of Pentacles has been working very hard to heal herself from a heartbreak, and she's about to realize she did it. She is completely free from this. And I think the way she's going to recognize it, the universe is like, you're going to start to notice somebody else is really sexy. We got a rider coming in. I'm thinking the Riders of Rohan. That was kind of like my favorite group, I suppose, in the Lord of the Rings. I don't know why. There was just something, the horse people. There was just something about them that I really liked. But we've got the Boy of Cups. Okay, so we have new love on the horizon, and I don't think she has thought of giving to anybody else in a while. She may have only given her efforts and her hard work to friends, family, career. She maybe kind of forgot about love for a while, and the universe is telling her, whomever you are that has been so industrious and who's been a giver and who's been very hardworking, the other thing you've been working on is healing yourself. One, I don't know what she's doing over here. I always think she's making jewelry. So one bead at a time, you've been healing yourself, and you're going to recognize that because you're going to be surprised to discover somebody new on the scene catches your fancy. Maybe it's been a long time since she's felt youthful and sexy and flirtatious. This is the Page of Cups. So it's somebody coming into her life that might strike her fancy. And I think it's been a long time since she had that spark of interest and attraction for anybody. So it's really great to see. Hi, everyone. It's really great to see. We got a Two of Cups. All right. Beautiful, beautiful. That Two of Cups is sitting here like, this is the love story, the real love story. Yes, she was heartbroken by people that were not not even worthy of being that heartbroken over, honestly, because they weren't her Two of Cups. Her Two of Cups is on the horizon. And I do feel like this is kind of mythical because we got one of the seals flying around up here in the sky. This is like a selkie that in mythology, selkies are the seals that can come up on land and then slip out of their seal skin, and then they can live life as a mortal woman, or well, they're never quite a mortal woman, are they? Because they're always still a seal originally. But oftentimes in mythology, you know, they get married, they have human children, but then eventually they almost always find their seal skins again and slip back into the sea. And that tends to be the life that they prefer. So there is like a sense of duality and mythology around this as well. Meaning, what I think this is that it's going to feel like our character lives two distinctly different lives. I almost think that this was a feminine who was prematurely like aging herself. You know, she's got like, you know, a little head covering on, and she's kind of, you know, it almost looks like this would be a grandparent, you know, and not somebody who's out flirtatious, but instead somebody who said, you know what, my goal is to, you know, cook really great spaghetti sauce for everyone, and, you know, cook in the kitchen, and, you know, feed family members, and, you know, do good works and take care of the animals, and, you know, work really hard. But like love wasn't really on the table anymore in their mind. And the universe is like, no, we get it. You buried yourself in work, but you also prematurely like decided in your head that there's no more love out there for you. So you'll just instead love your cows, love your work, love your family. All that's beautiful. But don't mistake the fact that you buried yourself in that because you're actually heartbroken. Now that you're not heartbroken, and you're going to discover this pretty darn quick, you're still hot-blooded, and you can do more than dance. So you're hot-blooded. Sorry, that song is in my head now. She needed to like have the libido woken up again. She needed to have somebody flirt with her again. What's interesting is we go from barely meeting someone to holy smokes, you mean I can still have a love story of a lifetime? You mean there's a Two of Cups on the horizon for me? It might just be that one little thing wakes her up to this. Oh, you sweetheart. Small TV, you angel. Thank you. You are so cute, Small TV. You're such a doll. Thank you, love. That's the cutest message ever. With the Temperance card, though, I really think that she needed to get recalibrated. This is a character who was so... She does tend to live in extremes. Like if she's all heartbroken, then she goes into total work mode. She needs to find better balance, because a heartbreak or even multiple heartbreaks is not all we're here for in this lifetime. Thinking that we're, you know, because of the pain we've known, that must be it. That's our lot in life. Let me just, you know, roll over and accept that is now my identity. Hell no, that is not our identity. And I think that this is, remember I said, what does the universe like want someone to know about love? And so the universe is kind of trying to gently show her, and a little scolding perhaps, like, you need to get better balance in your life, babe. You cannot go balls to the wall of, if I'm heartbroken, it must be that I'll always be heartbroken, and the only thing I'm good for is let me make other people's lives good. It's not about me anymore. I'm not going to think about, you know, me being sexy or attractive. I've totally shut that part of myself off. Like, that is way too extreme, right? Nobody should go that extreme. Even though we can still say, but wow, she's done a lot of good for other people, and her cow is happy, and, you know, everything's flourishing around her, but she wasn't. But the universe says, you're going to see it differently. You're going to realize when you become attracted to somebody who's showing up in your world that you had it a little wrong. You were definitely, you didn't have balance. You didn't realize that a heartbreak or multiple heartbreaks does not define that that's what your life is. And so instead you should just only work and ignore all love. So she's alive again. She's awakened again. And I do think this is going to be like a whole second lifestyle for her, a whole second chance in life. She may all of a sudden, you know, throw off her, you know, dark, heavy cloaks and head covering and let the sunlight touch her skin again, and wear brilliant tangerine and sing as she walks through the forest. Like, I think her heart is going to be a lot lighter and a lot nicer and just more loving. We got a Six of Swords. Yeah, she's definitely moving on from some of that energy of the past. And we can see it. She's letting the past really get just like mummified, put in the sarcophagus, and just That's it. I'm past it. I'm not bringing the ancient history with me. Yes, somebody hurt me, but oh my God, there's other people to love on this planet. I totally forgot there's 8 billion plus people on this planet. Why was I thinking because I had a heartbreak with one of them, or even a couple of them, that there's no love for me and I'm only here to be a worker bee, and love is just reserved for others? If anything, she should be out dating way more and saying, man, I definitely picked some, rotten apples, but I'd like to maybe try some oranges now, or let me look at some other trees. Let me go find something else because I definitely want better. I love the fact that she's ready for love again. But let's take a look at the Two of Cups. This is very encouraging, but that Two of Cups, universe, is she really meeting that person right away? We have Eight of Pentacles. No, it's actually also the universe is saying she's got to be a little bit more realistic. When you first meet someone, anybody could be your Two of Cups, right? It takes time to build that level of like trust and really profound bond sometimes. It's, yes, we could imagine it would be so nice to look at somebody and just we know that it's them. And sometimes we do know that, but it doesn't mean we don't still have to do the work of making the relationship functional. Falling in love with somebody, knowing that they're important in our life. I mean, I know in my own life, there's never been anyone that I ever dated that I didn't know right out of the gate that person's going to be important to me. And they were, even if it didn't work out, it still was not a shock to me that I knew that they were important because of the collection of experiences, the emotions, the way that you're drawn to them, like you're not drawn to other people. So you already know that's an important person, but you don't really know how it's going to go. You don't know if they're going to be the lesson or the blessing. You might love them for the rest of your life, but you're still not going to be with that person. You could fall madly in love with them, and that's exactly who you stay with to the end of days. But you can't necessarily overly romanticize stuff to the point where you're so sure that you can see the entire future, or even if you can see the future, that you're not still going to have to wash dirty clothes and, do the rudimentary stuff and sometimes get into arguments about, whatever, who lost the car keys, or, there's still going to be the stuff that you got to work on and work through. So this just makes, if this is like the message from the universe saying the universe can like point out there's still going to be work to do, even if you realize that you've met the love of your life. So better to take it one step at a time, no matter what, and enjoy the journey of, and this could be the love of her life. She may meet the Boy of Cups, the Page of Cups, and realize this is somebody who's going to be a long-term partner. And the universe says, but don't get caught up in now it's supposed to be totally perfect immediately, because it won't be. Even with the perfect person, it will not be perfect. There will be the rudimentary stuff that has to be done. Tell me about the Boy of Cups, universe. Is she meeting this person really soon? Is that why we're prepping her? Six of Pentacles, and there's clocks all over this. Yeah, it's coming up real soon. It's coming up because she's actually healed. And the universe is like, okay, take off the cloaks and the head covering and put on your tangerine dress, because it's time. It is time. You're going to meet somebody and your whole perception is going to shift. But don't be a swinging pendulum where you're always in extremes. It's all love or it's no love at all. Instead, enjoy the middle of the road. Six of Pentacles is like, meet that person where they're at. Enjoy getting to know them. Know that even if they are the love of your life, who you stay with for the rest of your life, you'll still have to work on the day-to-day stuff with them. You'll still have to get to know them. There'll still be a learning curve. Make it be about balance. The only thing to be more extreme about in this storyline is to let the past be nothing but the past memories, and not think that the past has to have anything to do with the present or the future. The past does shape us to a certain extent, but we don't sit and like, okay, my arms are like cut like crazy right now because I've been clipping blackberry bushes. And I don't, once those little cuts heal, it's not like I look at my arms and I see the little scar and I go, oh, I remember that hurt a lot. We don't cry over our scars that are healed. So why would we cry over people that already hurt us and they're not even a part of our lives anymore? Really, why do we need to cry over that scar? It's healed. Let it go. And now I got some very colorful arms. No, I love the fact that the universe is being pretty straightforward with her. And I hope it doesn't come out like it's a scolding message. This is all to like help her enjoy the process of falling in love again, because A, she deserves it, but B, it should be really happy, and this is one that's going to last. But she's got to be really like much more moderate, and she really probably also can't just do everything in the relationship. I mean, a Queen of Pentacles upright would be better now at making sure she's not just over giving. But I have to say, because of the Six of Pentacles, the universe is saying, now remember, you're not going to overgive. You're going to let them give to you too. The universe is giving her a pep talk, because Queen of Pentacles, the love of your life, is about to walk in. And the only things that you got to do is actually kind of relax and enjoy it, let go of past scars, and just let the energy of like learning somebody new and figuring out how you two are going to navigate waters, just be able to do that together. And that could be really, really nice, to be able to just do that with gentleness. Seven of Cups. It's kind of cute because the universe is like, this could be new terrain for this Queen of Pentacles. This could be something that she'll wonder, am I doing this right? Is this what like a relationship, a good relationship feels like? I don't really have a reference point for this. I think that's why the universe is giving her the pep talk. Again, she's not being singled out and pulled aside because like, hey, listen, you really suck at this whole love thing. It's not to say you're doing this wrong. It's because the universe is like, sweetheart, you have been grinding and you have been betrayed and you have been hurt. And then you try to make everybody else's life better. But we want you to actually receive your reward, and it's coming in, but we got to help teach you how to receive a reward just a little bit. Because it would be like, if people like win the lottery all of a sudden and they have, extravagant amounts of money, it would be great if that automatically came with like a financial advisor for people who win a lot of money. Because how do you even comprehend huge amounts of abundance and how best to save it, use it, invest it, without maybe a little bit of guidance? So I guess that's what the universe is saying. You're about to get a whole bunch of really good stuff, Queen of Pentacles, and we want to give you a little bit of advice before that happens, because we know it's going to be a foreign concept for you. You're used to giving and you're used to being screwed over. We want to get you ready to receive, and we want to get you comfortable in what a good relationship would feel like. I actually really like this little pep talky storyline to prepare her. It also means, the best part is, oh God, she's about to be really, really happy with the Nine of Cups. And that is what the best part is. That's what I was going to say, is like, she finally has the mothership coming in, the payload. She's finally about to be genuinely, like, her cups are going to be filled, maybe for the first time in her life. That's why the universe is like, I know you're not used to this, so we're going to need to help you a little bit to prepare for all this good stuff. Universe, do you have anything else to say about that Boy of Cups? Because it starts out just like a little tiny bit of, let me just start out with, it'll be fun. This person is attracted to me. They're showing me vulnerability. They're showing me a kind of warmth. They're showing me an emotional interest. The universe says Hanged Man and Strength for them. So two major arcana. So they may come across first as a page, but they are not. They are a double dose of major arcana, which trumps pretty much everything. They are someone who, in their own right, they've sacrificed themselves much the way she has. So they're going to know a thing or two about martyrdom. But they also got themselves out of that pattern. No wonder these two are going to be great. They've overgiven in the past, given all of themselves to the extent where they burned themselves down to ashes. And then they had to take their power back. And that required them, having the courage to say, hey, I have worth too. I shouldn't just be, I don't exist only so other people can, walk across me. That's not what I'm here for. I matter too. My life matters too. And to find that strength to like stop martyring oneself is really, I can see why he'd be a great match for her. Absolutely fabulous match for her. He maybe has a little bit more background in this than she does, because she's the Queen of Pentacles. And although she's very evolved, she's not as evolved and experienced at this as he is, because he's a double dose of, that's probably why he likes her, to be honest. He maybe looks at her and he goes, Oh God, I so see me in her. But I respect her because she's, I know that she's a good person. I know she's a giver. But he's probably going to be a great influence in her life of like helping to show her what, you know, protecting one's own person and knowing knowing that it's all about balance, knowing how to advocate for what you want, take the leaps in life for yourself, be a little bit selfish sometimes, and then to also be balanced in all things instead of let me overgive, and then try to swing the pendulum back. He's figured out how to advocate for himself, how to choose what he's interested in. And right now he's real interested in her. Take a leap of faith toward her, pursue her, because that would make him happy. But he's not selfish. He's not like, oh, I want that person. They're going to be mine. I'm going to go get them. He's not doing that. This is all about balance. He knows how to like find that kind of balance in his own life. He learned that. But he also learned you got to go after what you actually want. Don't spend your whole life doing stuff for other people, sacrificing your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your chances at travel, your chances to do things because, well, somebody else needed that, not me. Oh, somebody else needed that, so I'll give it to them. Oh, I can't go because they want me to stay home and babysit their cat, so I'll cancel my plans to travel abroad. You got to still do what you want sometimes too, right? It's all about balance. Selfish enough to live your life, but considerate enough of others to not be selfish and be somebody who, is oblivious to others' needs. It's somewhere in the middle is maybe the sweet spot. He's figured all that out. I can see why the universe is like, he's going to be attracted to her because he's going to see similar traits in her. What is it though that really draws you into her? Princess of Wands, she's hot, which is hilarious because she thinks she's not. She's been hiding herself away. We can't even see her whole face. And he's like, wow, she's gorgeous. This is desire. Okay. And I'm not saying it's only about attraction, but in this, she's mysterious to him. She stands on the foot of the Sphinx. She's also got the Isis wings. And of course, Isis and Osiris are, the Egyptian pantheon of gods. They're like the king and the queen of the gods. They're the married duo. He may see himself a bit as like an Osiris to her Isis. He may see her as very exotic, very gorgeous. Look, we all have our own taste in what we think is exotic and gorgeous, right? Something that, it's like, well, I'm a dime a dozen where I come from. And it's like, no, you're super exotic and super gorgeous from, the culture that I come from. It could be something along those lines, or it's just particular taste, right? Maybe she's got great legs and he happens to be a leg man, whatever it is. But it's more than that. It's not just physical countenance. It's the energy of like, there is a mysteriousness to her. There is a power to her. And he certainly sees her as a goddess, not even just as a queen and not as an empress, but as a full-blown goddess. So crazy because she's over here hiding her face. Isn't it wild how different one character can see themselves in their own mind's eye, and then somebody else sees them totally different. This is very sweet, and I'm really, really happy to see this this change. We've got the 5 of Cups and the 9 of Swords. The other thing about her, and it's not that she is his pity case or charity case or anything like that, but he can spot somebody who's gorgeous and is oblivious to it because she has been treated like crap. And that is something he can already feel or see in her. He's like, oh man, she's been left to her own devices more than a few times. She's probably been abandoned. She's probably been somebody who had to figure things out on her own. She's probably had a lot of fears, regrets, the same stuff anybody goes through, but she might have had to go through it alone. She's not used to asking for help, and she hasn't had anybody to have her back. She's had other people's backs. It's like he knows it right out of the gate. She doesn't talk about it. She stands there on the foot of the Sphinx, and it's like there's a whole lot of power in her, but there's also a whole lot of grief in her. And I think he can read her like a book, probably because he can read his own story when he looks at her as well. He went through something real similar. A lot of betrayal in his own life, a lot of sacrifice in his own life before he finally stood up for himself. So I can see why he's so drawn to her. But yeah, she's hot. All right, you guys, I am going to be taking off because believe it or not, I know it is late tonight. It has been, I've had such weird weeks, but tonight, even though it is late, I have to leave because we are having a late night dessert party. And so I made like a mixed berry crisp, and I have to go share that with my mommy. So I have to leave. And so I will be gone and having a very late night, bizarrely, of an eating festival. Don't even ask. It's just been a weird week, okay? Anyway, you guys, so good to see you. 11D8, thank you, Angel. You are so generous. Thank you. Don G, wonderful to see you. Oh my God, Ginger Montague, you're adorable. Kristen Diane, thank you. RS, great to see you. Monkey Experiment, it's my pleasure. Thank you again, Small TV. You are so kind. Thank you, honey. April Fresh, always great to catch you. Travis, so honored you are here. Genesis Harvest, hey, darling. Thank you for stopping in. So great to see you. RS, thank you. I know, right? We do love the Intuitive Kings. That was a great character to get to read about. Arts and Tariffs, great to see you. Like double spearmint gum, 2 things in one. Love it, Ginger. Carrie Wilson, wonderful to catch you. Carrie, I did put out a Taurus video tonight, by the way, on the other channel. I know you watch for Taurus. 01 frequency. Also on the other channel, I did, let's see, I tried to get through as many as I could today, which still wasn't everybody, so forgive me. But I think I ended with Aries. I did Pisces. We got Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, Leo, and Libra. I said Pisces, right? Yeah, I think I just got through 7. So tomorrow we will start out with, we've got to get to ophiuchus, Sag, Scorpio, and Gemini. And so I'll probably try to push some of those have been waiting a long time because last week was busy and the start of this week was busy. So I'll try to get to those first thing tomorrow. Samira, wonderful to see you, honey. Q Miller. Thank you, RS. Miss the Peaceful Observer, great to see you. Hi, Moonshine. Raphael, wonderful to catch you. RS, it was 4:30 a.m. where you were, and AC was trying to call you in. I love that. Bradley Bear, thanks for hanging out. Love the horses. Angelina Davina, wonderful to see you too, sweetheart. Hi, Violet. I'm backtracking. Carrie Days, awesome to see you, honey. Thank you. Hi, Red. Thanks again, Jeannie Vale. All right, everybody. I'm going to bounce on out, and I will see you guys later. Forgive me if I didn't see everybody's name in the chat. T-Baby, I almost missed you there. Thank you, guys. Thanks again, Small TV, and thank you for the chuckle. It's so sweet. All right, everybody. See you tomorrow. Lots of love. Bye. Thank you, Danielle, excuse me. Bye.